friends, I'm back and I'm talking about a brand that I have got to say really nailed it. And not just a brand, but a collaboration. Sorry. You may hear my husband in the background. I don't know what the hell he's doing. But this collaboration to me was a slam dunk. Leo's a little salty because he's been wanting to be in bed all day and it's not happening right now. So with this second round, they nailed it. I really feel 100% that there's nothing that could have made my experience any better. So the brand that we're talking about is Shroud Cosmetics, and the collaboration we're talking about is the Battybean and Shroud Cosmetics Hallobean palette. Here's the box. It's pretty close to the actual packaging of the palette, and I love it. I feel like it was a really good play up on their very first palette, and I think the packaging is super cute. The little bats that are everywhere, and then, oh my gosh, Hallobean. So Battybean, who is Betty Jean, that's a mouthful, and I'm sorry, I kept screwing it up. She actually does a thing on her channel called Hallobean, and oh my gosh, if that's not the cutest play on words, I don't know what is. I literally kind of died when I heard the name. I was like, this is perfect. That's like one of the best plays on words that I've heard. This palette is vegan and cruelty-free. I literally, the second that my husband and I saw it, we were like, they did a great job, and it was swatched on multiple skin tones, and it was just presented really well. In fact, the videos that Betty Jean put out were really great. I loved the looks that she did with it. I love that she paired her first collaboration and her second collaboration together and did a few looks that way. I just thought it was really nice. On the back it says hello friends, which is adorable because I actually say hey friends, which is funny. I didn't even make the connection. It was unintentional, but it is adorable. So the color story. Here is what it looks like. The palette is $42 and it shipped pretty darn quickly. The shipping rates were honestly not terrible. Not the cheapest shipping, but also not the most expensive. So I have no complaints there, and it was packaged really well. So this is the color story. And you guys, I'm really like, this makes my soul complete. Like, as far as Halloween goes, I feel like this palette right here, it has all of the Halloween vibes. And okay, beyond all of that, let's talk textures, because normally I'm not crazy about the formulas that these types of shades usually are, and you guys probably can't see it, but I'm going to try and there. Now you can see it in the mirror that it has a bit of a green tint to it. Normally I'm not crazy about those formulations, but it was so nice. It's probably my favorite one I've used of this type of formula, of this type of shade. So in my opinion, and that's what I've got in my inner eye and in my brow, I just thought it was gorgeous. It really performed well. Honestly, these might be some of my favorite shadows that I've used. And, you know, these matte shades, I had this look on in like 5 minutes. I wasn't actually even going to do my intro and outro today talking to you guys, but I was like feeling this look so much. I was like, nope, I'm just going to do it. It's like night out. It's full blown dark. I pulled out a light just so I could do this. I didn't even care. I was just so excited to share it with you guys. I was like, nope, we're going to go ahead and do this today. So these mattes, incredibly easy to use, like blend out like a dream. You hardly have to do any work and they are just diffused and gorgeous. And I'm honestly like, I'm having a moment with these. This shade right here was so much more beautiful than I could have imagined. And the second I put it on my eyelid, I was just like, heavenly choirs were singing. I'm not even exaggerating. The sky opened up. Okay, I'm exaggerating, but I was so happy with it. I'm very surprised. It has kind of an orange to red and a little bit, a hint of gold to it. And this shade right here is like an orange to slightly gold. And I don't know if you can see it, but I'm telling you what, they just worked so well together. I am really happy with this palette. I'm really excited I was able to pick up this palette in the first round because I truly feel like I would have missed out on something special. Now, they have said that they are going to continue to restock it as long as people are interested in it. And let me just say that if you have any interest either in Shroud Cosmetics or in Betty Jean or this color story, I just have nothing negative to say. They really... You know what? I'm proud of Shroud. I bought the first round and it wasn't a perfect situation. I was not happy with the way that the owner handled things at the time, but she has just gone leaps and bounds since then, and I'm really proud of her. I'm really happy that I gave them that second chance because boy, did they just, I mean, they nailed it. They really nailed it. I wish them the very best with all of their launches. It seems like they really have a system in place that is working great for them. And I cannot wait to see what else this brand is going to do because holy shit, if every formula they come out with is just like this, I want everything. In fact, all of the singles that they have that I didn't purchase, I'm now going to go back and buy because I very rarely have been this excited about a brand. I'm just going to put it out there. So with all of that gushing that was a little over the top, and I am so sorry, but I'm a little hyped, I'm going to show you guys some swatches. I'm going to do a few different looks, and I'll be back at the very end with my final thoughts, so you probably know what they already are. Okay, so the very first thing I did was I took the shade Ghoulish and I put it into my brow arch and my inner eye. Then I went into the shade Crypt, which I'm freaking obsessed with, and I did it on my crease and blew it on out, and I did the same on my under eye. Then I took the shade Showtime and I kind of worked it into Crypt. Did the same on the bottom as well. Then I took the shade Wicked and I just concentrated that in my outer V area. Once I was done with that, I used a little bit of the Lick Life and I put it all over my lid, and then I topped that with Black Flame Candle, which looks very purple both on my eye and in the pan, but it is actually really green too. Like when I'm looking at it right now, it's green, and I don't know how to show you guys that it's green, but it is actually very green. Okay, my room is not put back together, but we're gonna go ahead and just ignore that. I'm sorry I don't have a backdrop. I will figure something out. In the meantime, let me tell you what I did to my eyes today. So, I took the shade Ghoulish and I put it just in my brow arch and in my inner eye. Really, really great formulation there. I then took the shade Crypt and I put that above my crease and kind of up and above. I blew it out. I did the same to my lash line. Then I took the shade Losers Club and I put that in my crease and I just worked it out so it's a little bit blown out. Same with my under eye. Then I took the shade Afterlife and I put it all over my lid. I took a small bit of it under on my lash line. Then I took the shade Woodsboro and I just kind of patted it on the very center of my lid and just a little bit underneath as well. All right, you guys, I'm back and I want to give you my final thoughts. The brand that we were talking about today, Shroud Cosmetics, and it's a collaboration with Battybean, who is also Battybean. And this is the Hallobean palette. Now, the packaging is just slightly different than the actual box, and they're both freaking adorable. Like, for Hallobean, I feel like these are all the vibes I was needing in my life. Like, those little bats, oh my gosh, they're freaking precious. It's a vegan and cruelty-free palette. It was $42, which I feel was well priced, and then the shipping costs were actually not that bad. There was a coupon code. I want to say it was Battybean, and it did save me another 10%, so it was almost like a wash, more or less. I was very happy with what I paid for what I got. So the shipping time was really good. I want to say turnaround was maybe 3 weeks from when I ordered it, and it got here safely. It was well packaged. I'm feeling this palette so much, you guys. I'm sorry, you can probably tell I'm a little hyped up. And I've got to say, and I said this at the beginning, I'm really proud with all of the growth that Shroud has shown, because I'll tell you what, it takes a lot to come from a situation that was not great in that first round of launches and just, I mean, slam dunk this, because they did. Everything that they did, everything that they put in place obviously showed that they cared about what the customer said and that they genuinely wanted to make things better and a good experience for everybody. So there is not anything more I can ask from a brand. Like, there's a lot of times where brands make a lot of us unhappy and they don't do anything, or they don't seem to care about, you know, doing the right thing. And this is the case where they just crushed it. They just crushed it. They were like, hey, thanks for that feedback, and I'm going to do this, this, and this, and make sure that that doesn't happen again. And what more can you ask for from a brand? Nothing. So anyway, when you open this palette, this is the color story. And to me, this is Halloween in a palette. Every skin tone can use this. They did swatches on multiple skin tones, which makes me very happy to see. And I've got to say, the formulas that are in here are just some of my favorite. I literally now I'm going to go back and buy all of their singles, because I don't think I've liked many this much in a long time. Like, this shade right here is kind of a soft duochromatic white to green shifting shade. My cat, ooh, my cat's on one tonight. He's mad because I'm not reading books and he's ready to go to bed. In any case, so this soft duochromatic green shade is just so beautiful. And I usually hate the texture of these types of shades, but I'll tell you what, it was my favorite that I've used, which is very strange for me to say. These matte shades work together so harmoniously. I was just blown away by how easy it was to use them. I worked them out in a matter of minutes. I was not feeling great today, but I really wanted to use this. I've been so inspired looking at it, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna try and throw on like a few shades, but they were going on so easily. I was like, okay, I guess I can try this and this and this and this, and I was done in like 5 minutes. I couldn't believe it was that easy. It's normally not. So then besides that, the multi-chromes, the duochromes, oh my goodness gracious, they are beautiful. They're beautiful. And actually this shade up here, Afterlife, might even be my favorite over Black Flame. Maybe, but I don't know. In any case, I just think that they did a really great job. And if you are interested in either this brand, the creator, or this color story, I don't think you will be let down. And I'm happy to say that they have just come leaps and bounds, and I cannot wait to support every other release that they have by purchasing them, by purchasing every single one of them. In any case, I hope that this video was helpful to you guys. If it was, I would love to have you as a subscriber, and I hope that everybody's staying safe and healthy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.